What's up guys, T-Slaps here, and we're back with a brand new Draft League video, baby. I'm your coach of the Austin FC for Deerlings. This is our week 5 game of the BBR-D League. This week we're going up against Jarl the King and the Hamilton Tour Cats. Of course, you can go check out our opponent and all the other BBR coaches down in the description below, as well as be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on our Pokemon content, and leave a like if you do end up enjoying the video. I would really appreciate it. Last week marked the end of the first half of the season, and to say it's been an embarrassing start would be an understatement. To have any hopes at playoffs, we need to win out this second half of the season, starting with beating my best friend here in the BBR and the UNPL, Jarl. Now let's not hold the game back any longer, and let's get right into the battle. And here we are getting into our battle against Jarl the King. Go check him out. Multiple reasons. One, quickly becoming one of my best friends here in the Draft League community. We help each other prep a lot when it comes to this league and some other leagues, men in the UNPL if you didn't check out that. So big shout out to him, go check him out. And also he was really lenient with me. I was very late to this game. Just been a busy day. So big shout out to him. Love the guy. Go show him some support. Also great content. Loved it. But here we kind of have to beat him to like have any sort of chance at playoffs. I mean, chances at playoffs are pretty much next to none at this point, but doesn't mean we're not going to try, right? So we're going to see what they decided to bring. He has the Heatran, the Palisand, the Hisuian Samurai, the Ogerpon, which is his Terra Captain. Didn't have to tell me what type that was, right? Meloetta and the Noivern. So things we don't see the Cobalt, we don't see the Quillfish, we don't see the Thundy, and no Florges. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. I already had a lead this entire time set in my mind. We're gonna lead off with Lando here. Always knew what my lead was gonna be. Worst case would be they lead the Hisuian Samurai. That's a gross lead for me. Otherwise, I get to just click, what is that move called? I get to click Gravity and just start going to town against their team. No Florges is nice, because that was really the only thing that was taking hits from my Landorus off this lead. Meloetta can take the hits, which is kind of sucks. No Quillfish is really nice, because I don't have to worry about them clicking T-Wave across my team. That was like the main thing I was concerned about when prepping here. As for my win con this game, that's a great question. I really didn't get a lot of chance to prep this week, so I think my win con will probably have to end up being the Gouging Fire. Heatran is either going to be Shucker or Air Balloon, I imagine. The Palisade needs to be weakened. Otherwise, Gouging looks pretty decent. They're going to go ahead and lead off with their Heatran. That's good for me. So we are going to see the Air Balloon. It makes sense, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just click Gravity here. This is what I wanted to do turn 1. They're either going to set up the rocks, they're going to Willow. Maybe they'll be afraid of the taunt. Who knows? I'm going to click Gravity here and just go. Go to town. This is going to be awesome. So I'm going to click Gravity. Get rid of that Air Balloon. It no longer works. Me neither. I can no longer be in the sky. Are they just going to set up the rocks? No, they're going to sub. Interesting. So had I clicked Taunt, we would have been in a great spot. But this is still good for me. This is still good. Sub, that's not what I expected whatsoever. But we're going to go ahead and click the Sandseer Storm. It's 100% accurate thanks to the gravity. So we get to go ahead and attack. I mean, their pivot enemy could be like Ogerpon, the Meloetta. But otherwise, like I get to click a free gravity here. I'm so excited to see this lead happen. So we're going to go ahead and click the Sandseer Storm. It should just always OHKO this thing, even if it's max Pidef, and especially after the sub damage. So that's good for me. We also didn't, what are we going to see here? We're going to see the Air Balloon pop. I mean, it was already, didn't matter. Magma Storm. So they sub protect Magma Storm, I guess. A little gross. I don't like that. They knocked me down to 135. And then 93. My Lando's no longer on the screen. My Lando actually disappeared. It no longer exists. Fun fact. Oh, there it is. Welcome back, buddy. I mean, if they click protect, right? I don't mind them going into the Ogerpon. If that's what they want to do, go ahead. Luckily, they don't protect, so that's at least less chip for my Lando to take. Sol Ruka. Who is that? We can see the Palisand come in. I'm going to go ahead and click Grass Knot on this thing. Sandseer Storm might honestly just two-shot this thing. Are we gonna see lefties? No lefties. It's not really a role I want to go for. Risk anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and click the grass knot, try to pick up the KO on this thing. I guess clicking it again would have been nice for the Ogerpon pivot, but it's all good. No problem. So that is a physically defensive Palossand, as I kind of thought it would be for this thing and for my gouging. So Heatran sitting at 76 with no air balloon anymore. And we saw Magma Storm. We see no item on this Palossand. Could be like Pasho. Colbur, what's my dark type? My dark type is King Gambit, so maybe Colbur for King Gambit. I'm not too sure. But let's look at that damage from the Heatran. So it did knock me down to 90. I think it said, like I said, 126 HP, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So it did roughly about a third to me, or 2/3 to me, 63%. That's a pretty offensive Heatran. Okay, good to know. But Palossand's gonna be down, which is super awesome for my gouging fire. So Lando kills Gouge, or not Gouge, kills Palo. And so now I imagine the Ogerpon comes in. That would make the most sense to me. Oh, we're gonna DC. That's super shiced. Damn. Okay, so I'll get back with y'all once we get reconnected here. Alright, we're back where we were. Thank you, Jarl. It doesn't seem like either of us disconnected. We got right back into it, so I don't know. Nintendo servers be Nintendoing, so that sucks. But Ogerpon could come in, of course. Always revenge me here. Meloetta could come in. Honestly, I think against anything, I might just take my sack, or just depending on what comes in, I might just sack Lando. Like if Ogerpon comes in, I might just Sledge Wave at that Ogerpon. Or I have Sledge Bomb. I'm not Sledge Wave anymore. I think I'm gonna Sledge Bomb though, just to get damage on it to prevent it from setting up a free against me. I mean, obviously I have my Zoomro here, but I mean, Lando gets outsped and killed by everything. If the Meloetta is Scarf, it outspeeds me, which he loves his choice. Scarf respects Meloetta. Ogerpon outspeeds. Seeing Samurai could Aqua Jet, Sucker Punch me. It would be nice for the Heatran, I suppose. Puts a lot of pressure there. That's not the biggest deal with me. I feel like I have a lot to deal with that Heatran, so if I regret it, I regret it, right? But we're gonna go ahead and Sledge Bomb to prevent any setup from happening here. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna see a knockoff come out, and it's gonna pick up the KO. So down I go. So gonna knock off my E-Battle, of course. Let me see here. Is there anything I can tell based off that damage? I imagine not, right? I imagine it just always does that to me. Yeah. So no big deal. I get to go ahead and pivot out. I can go into my Rabombi here if I want, and set up my webs, which seems pretty chill. I mean, yeah, going to Rabombi and set up webs seems nice. It forces a defog turn from something. That or I can go into Azu and just get a free knockoff on something. I mean, they don't really have a good pivot into me, which is nice. We'll go ahead and do that rather than losing momentum because I'm a Scarf set on my Rabombi. I'm gonna go ahead and go into Azumarill, and we get to just go ahead and do Azumarill things, right? I'm good to go ahead and click knockoff here. We're in a pretty decent spot no matter what. Get to knock off the Meloetta, the Noivern, like anything. Of course, they can stay in here, but they're not doing any damage to me, luckily. So I get to go ahead and just click a move. Azumarill looked really nice in this matchup. I really wanted to make an offensive set work, but I just could not. I could not at all. So let me write down that Ogre kills Lando. Alright, cool. So Lando got to do some things. I would have loved to have seen it done a lot more, but I mean, I knew it was going to be a suicide lead, honestly, off the start. So we're going to go ahead and see Spiky Shield come out. Okay. Okay. So probably not a setup set then. So Spiky Shield, knockoff. Maybe see like a U-turn come out. I mean, I get to click knockoff again. I'm not really afraid of whatever they come into. I guess seeing Heatran would suck if I got burned from that flame body. Knock on wood, we are knocking right now. Because I always seem to get freaking burned by flame body Heatrans. But Knockoff should be really, really nice. Let me think here. What's like the worst case? Samurai comes out, that's fine, I stay in. They can't spin block me anymore, which is nice with the Palisand being gone. So even if they do get like some ceaseless edges off, or like rocks with something, I imagine rocks was probably on Palisand. So probably not on the Heatran set. So as long as I can, I mean, I get to spin for free on anything, which is super nice for me. And they're in a tough predicament right now, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like I said, this Azumarill looked really shiced when it comes to... man. Alright, here we are, back where we just were. We're recreating on Showdown. We tried to reconnect a third time after that disconnect, and we couldn't even get connected from there, so... like I said, Nintendo servers being Nintendoing. So here we are on Showdown. I'm actually really scared because my mouse is broken. So I'm really scared I'm going to misclick. I got to be really, really careful whenever I do this stuff. But good luck, have fun to him again. We're going to go ahead and click knockoff like we were going to do before. Should be in the same spot. Really just hoping we can clutch out here. You can see the spiky shield. Oh yeah, there we go. He did do that. Okay. So back to knocking off again. I didn't see any reason not to click it. I forgot he did click spiky shield there. That is a turn we missed. It's all good though. So what am I thinking right now? I mean, what's your pivot enemy, right? Going into Meloetta would be a little, or going into Noivern would suck, low key. Then I got to pivot out. I mean, luckily I have a decent pivot with my King Gambit, with it being AV. I specifically EV'd myself, I believe, to live 2 Specs hits after I Terra Fairy'd from Hurricane. That Noivern, as well as the Meloetta, 2 Specs hits after I Terra'd, like 2 Hyper Voices, but from what I can tell right now, we shouldn't need to Terra Fairy for a bit here. Only reason we'd have to Terra Fairy is to avoid like a Fighting Stab or something. We see the Heatran come in. No Flame Body, luckily. We do get outsped, and I really don't want to take that Magma Storm damage, so Sticky might just be the move for now. If I go Sticky, I mean, they can just Earth Power as well. How much am I doing right now with Sticky to this Heatran? It's getting sticky. It's getting sticky. I can 2-hit KO it. If I put in like max HP here, yeah, I should always 2-hit KO it. So we'll go ahead. If they Earth Power me, good on them, good play. But I really don't want to take any more chip because this needs to deal with both the Ogerpon and the Hisuian Samurai low-key. So we're gonna go ahead and pivot out and go into Tentacruel here. We're gonna see an Earth Power. We are gonna see an Earth Power. Good play from him. It's gonna do 29%. Oh, that Spadep drop is nasty. It's nasty. It's sticky. Yeah, that actually really sucks. As now I think we drop to 1. I think we drop now, which is really, really sad. Let me see, -1 Spadef. Oh, we do. But if I get this Surf off, then we're in a good spot. I really don't need Ogerpon for much else on this squad. And yeah, because it helped me deal with the Quillfish. It was kind of like my Quillfish Thunder Wave switch in. So we'll go ahead and click the Surf. They're going to, of course, live it. They're going to take me out there. So that's a little unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. With this being an offensive Heatran, even though I sped crap with my King Gambit, I wouldn't be surprised if they still outspeed me. I mean, this is a pretty safe spot to just go into my gouging, I feel like. Yeah, I don't see why not. This is really good though for my Rabombi. Rabombi looks awesome. If we chip down that, if we chip out either the Noivern or the Meloetta, I can click one of my stabs and just kind of win the game, which is super nice. So we're gonna go ahead and go into our Ogerpon here. I get the Earthquake. Do I want to set up a DD? Not necessarily. I mean, I could set up a DD here. How much am I taking from Heatran? If I get the +1 here with my gouging. How much is Earth Power? Earth Power doing a chunk. Okay, let's go ahead and click. Did I go with the Dragon Claw here? I don't. That sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and click Earthquake. If they go pivot out, cool on them. But they aren't going to, which is nice. So I mean, imagine you go into your big old Noivern here. And from there, I imagine I drop to a hit. They actually go Ogre Pawn. Interesting. They're gonna go Ogre Pawn here. Why do they go Ogre Pawn? Maybe they're Sash. I mean, let's go into Balloon here. That's a little scary. Why would they go Ogre Pawn? I want to keep myself healthy in case I need to take a hit from like Meloetta or Hisuian Samurott. So we'll go into Balloon. That scares me if they go into it. They're gonna go for the Spiky Shield. Okay. So maybe they're what is it called, Mirror Herb, and they wanted me to DD up on them. That'd be my guess. As to why they did that. Sash doesn't make sense because I could easily be Scale Shot. So we'll go ahead and knock. I mean, we'll knock into this thing. They're gonna Spiky Shield. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. We'll click knock here. Like I said, I just need, if I want to win with Rabombi, I just need chip on this thing. Let me see. Because I can Bug Buzz this, I can Bug Buzz the Hisuian Samurott. How much am I doing with that Bug Buzz? We're definitely KOing, unless they're like AV or something like that. And then Meloetta, how much are you taking there, buddy? Melo taking a lot. So if I can get some chip off on both that Meloetta and the Noivern, we should be in a good spot. How much am I doing with Moonblast to this Ogre Pawn? What do I need it to be at to spam Moonblast? I need it to be like at half. So that's a little unfortunate. But we look pretty decent here. I think we're in a great spot. They don't really have much counterplay to my Zumaro at the moment. That's always nice to see. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see the Hisuian Samurott come in here. That's fine with me. We're going to get the knockoff and get rid of their clear amulets. That's what we see from them. I'm going to go ahead and click Alluring Voice here. Just get some damage off. If they get up their spikes, I mean, I guess that's fine. We're going to go ahead and click it. So we're going to see Razor Show actually. So we're going to do, this thing might drop low-key to Alluring Voice. It's not going to. Low-key, I want to pivot out. I can see the Ceaseless coming in here. If they click Ceaseless, I go into... Could I go into Rabombi here? I would drop to a Razor Show if I made that play though, is the problem. So unfortunately, I think I just gotta stand and click Alluring Voice. If they click their... They click Ceaseless to get up the spikes. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just know that I really don't want to take any more chip than I need to on this Zumaro for that Ogre Pawn, but it's fine. We're going to pick up the KO there. And so what does this leave left? I mean, Rabombi outspeeds, unless they Terra, right? No, I still outspeed even if they Terra. Only thing would be if they Trailblazed. So we're fine there. We just need chip on these last couple Pokemon. I mean, I think I can live a hit from Meloetta, right? Meloetta. I mean, from my, from Meloetta versus... Let me see. Meloetta versus Rabombi. Is there specs? Absolutely not. If they're like scarfed, then we do live a hit. So we're gonna go ahead and go into King Gambit here. If they click Focus Blast, I mean, awesome play. That's an amazing play. But it's just kind of what I have to risk at the moment. How much is Focus Blast doing? We're gonna see the trick. Okay, so I'm now a Specs King Gambit and their AV. AV is actually really bad because now I do less damage with Rabombi. Specs King Gambit. We're gonna Terra Fairy here. I don't need to keep my Terra for anything. We get to click Kowtow here pretty freely. I don't see any other play. They can't trick, so it could also Sucker Punch for damage. I don't think I need to necessarily do that though. I think Kowtow's really, really free in this spot. So we're gonna click it. They're gonna U-turn. So I mean, they can't click any button other than trick though, is the thing. So, or I mean, I'm sorry. I misinterpreted my words there. Or not misinterpreted, just misspoke. I should always be able to sucker punch this Meloetta. There's no mind game because they were trick scarf or trick specs. So I should always be able to sucker punch this thing, which is nice. And we're at +2 fallen right now, which is super awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and get the kowtow off. Gonna do a big chunk. I'm spexed into it. I'm gonna go into balloon here, and we should be fine. We're gonna see spiky, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and click encore here as they click spiky again. And then we get to go ahead and click the knockoff. Is that what I want? Knock would be nice for the Meloetta. I guess I should click encore again, right, to avoid that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and click knock. Or I guess we can click alluring now. We'll click knock. I'd already clicked it. So we're gonna go ahead and click knock here. The encore ended. Bad plays from me. I mean, but we're fine. I mean, we're just here to prevent this thing from sweeping us. So we're gonna get that damage off. And now I get to go into my Rabombi. And I get to click Moonblast here. Man, I wish I had U-turn over Baton Pass now. That'd be a lot better in this spot. We're gonna go ahead and click Moonblast. We're gonna see the Terra here. That's fine. We outspeed and click Moonblast and pick up the KO. So they are gonna know that we are Scarf now. That is going to mean that the Meloetta should be coming out. At that point, I go into Gambit, and we're fine. We go into Gambit here. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I take 2 Hyper Voices anymore. King Gambit, now that I'm Terra Fairied, get rid of my AV. And they're sitting at 2 allies right now. Or no, we're sitting at 3 allies fallen. Hyper Voices a roll, but I'm sitting at 95.7 or 378 HP. 378. Hyper Voice has a small chance to KO, so maybe just sacking gouging is the better play here. I don't see why not. I don't need gouging for anything else. So we'll go ahead and go into gouging here. And go ahead and sack it. Don't really need it for much. Can I live a hit from the Noivern? No, I do not live a hit from the Noivern. But Noivern has to KO me. That lets in my Gambit for free, and then we're in a good spot. So they're gonna Hyper Voice me. We're gonna take it though, which is nice for me. And do I just Dragon Claw for the damage, or do I need the Flare Blitz damage? Because I could DD here as well, and that covers Noivern coming in. I mean, I can just Dragon Claw twice. Yeah, we're gonna do that because we outspeed this thing, and getting 2 Dragon Claws does more damage than me Dragon Dancing. So we're gonna go ahead and click Dragon Claw twice here. That puts this in range. It covers the Noivern switching in. If they're Habanberry, then I guess they got me in that case. But then we should be able to clean up with Meloetta. So it should be game, and we're gonna claim our first win. Sucks that it comes against Jarl. He's also competing for his chance in the playoffs at this point. We're both looking a little iffy, but he still has a good chance. So go check out Jarl as well as all the other BBR coaches down in the description below, because the season's definitely not over for him. So go check him out. As for us, it's more or less over, so that's a little unfortunate. I want to see if this Meloetta, if they're Assault Vest, if they can take this hit, if I can click Moonblast or not. I should be able to kill it Moonblast, it says, so should be able to go into Rabombi and click Moonblast twice and win this game. So shout out to Rabombi picking up 3, my goat. This is a really good game. Really unfortunate that we had to recreate on Showdown. This would have been a lot cooler over on Wi-Fi, but you know, it is what it is. Just one of those days, right? Once again, I appreciate y'all for working with me in times, because it was definitely really hard for me to get here on time. So I really appreciate him working with me. That's cool. We're gonna pick up our first win, which is really awesome. I would have hated to go the entire season winless. And yeah, I think that's about it. Go check out the BBR playlist in the description below. You can check out the entire playlist and see how we got to this point in the season. And yeah, I think guys, once again, we got a new draft league coming up. So if you want more draft league content, that's going to be on the channel soon. And Uber's draft league, really excited for that. And then of course we still got 3 more weeks of this. So yeah, go. So make sure to subscribe if you are new, and like if you did enjoy the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.